Doing a quick video for NEDelta Gaming. First off, sorry for the bad quality. Hopefully this will be resolved in future videos. So today I thought, hey, why not make a video regarding transfers in manager mode? Now, most people when they go into manager mode want the best players, like your Agueros, your Ronaldos, your Messis, but for lower teams such as Bolton, QPR, Swansea, Blackburn, teams like that, they're looking for players that will help them get through the season. So through this video I'll show you players that I would recommend, players that I've picked up from other YouTube channels such as Welsh Dragon DSG and KSI Legitimate T. So basically let's just get started. First off, I would recommend get rid of some of the players. I mean, there's some players in teams that you just don't need. I mean, when I was going to a team, I get rid of this. Probably players that are less than 70, depending on the rating and what the stats are. Particularly young ones like Connolly here, I would send him out on loan, just because I know I'm not going to use them, so there's no point having them there. I'd probably get rid of him. And I would just go through, look for players that you really don't want, because there's no point having them there, because you might as well get a profit out of it. Basically, I mean, it's worth getting more money that we can spend it more on transfers. So moving on from that side, first player that I looked for when I started playing FIFA was this player called Jackson. He plays for Norwich, and as you can see, he is, there we go, Jackson. Now when you look at him, 1,024,68 overall, he may not be good, but check out these stats. I mean, it's pretty impressive for a player that plays for Norwich. No offense, Norwich supporters, but I would recommend him. I think I got him for 1.5 million, so it's not that much to spend really, and he's worth it, because for those who are fans of fast players, which there is a lot of fans of fast players, I would recommend him. So moving on from that, there's a player called Shepard. Oh, and I finally, there we go. Yeah, so I recommend Shepard, who plays for Shamrock Rovers. Now again, he's one of them players you would think, do I really need him? Is he that good? Again, his stats aren't amazing, but I mean, he's cheap, and for those that are in championship teams, League One teams, even teams such as Bolton and the rest of the 4-star teams in the league, I would recommend him. I've used him in Ultimate Team, and I've used him in head-to-head, and I would recommend him. I think he's a really good bargain of a player. Now, moving on from Shepard, I would recommend Fry. Now, this wasn't one that I found. This was one I found off Welsh Dragon's channel, and basically, I would recommend him. When I looked at his stats when I first found him, which is Alexander Fry, it's not that impressive. I mean, there was his tackling position of 84 there, and a couple of other things, finishing being one main thing, even free kicks. But 31, people don't really like the older players, but I mean, I've played with him in a couple of league matches, and again, it's another player I recommend. Right, the next player we'll move on and go get is Seedorf from AC Milan. Now, again, it's another old player. Again, most people are like, oh, I don't need him, but he's actually with a really good buy. I mean, he's 35, 80 overall, 2.4 million. I mean, you would say, is he worth the money? Is he really worth it? I mean, it depends what you really think of players. I mean, personally, I would get him. He's played fantastic for me. Not in this career. I think my Newcastle career, which can be found this on the Milne 12 channel. I mean, he's injured at the minute, but when he'll be back, you'll be able to see him. So, moving on from Seedorf, Forlan, or is it Forlan? Yeah, Forlan from QPR. Now, another player is not wow. He's not that brilliant. I mean, yeah, he's good, but on the game, he again, he's in my Newcastle career. The stats are fairly average. So everyone overall, it's 2.6. You can see there. I mean, again, it's not brilliant, but you got to think about. It depends what kind of team you're making. Honestly, my Newcastle one, I wanted a new midfielder. Fallen, I've watched him in the Premier League. I've watched him for QPR, and I think he's a really good player. I was originally going for Tarat, but obviously 12 million, not really something I wanted to spend on one player. So I went Fallen. I've played him mainly in my cup matches. He's been pretty good. He's linked up well with Tiote, so I would recommend him depending on what kind of team you're making. If you want to get a good midfield team going, then Fallen will be your man. The next one plays for Leeds United. Now, I don't know if most people know about him, but when I looked at this player, I was really shocked about that I haven't seen a video about him at all. He's called Aidan White. He's a left back. Now, he's 19 years old, and look at them stats. It may not be able to see through my computer screen, but you got acceleration 84, agility 80, balance 84, sprint speed 87, and I would recommend him. He's played through different careers for me. He's in my Newcastle career. I think I was doing one as Southend United, and sorry, not Southend United, Swindon Town, and again, he was probably one of our best defenders there. So I would definitely recommend him. He's only, I mean, for 925. I mean, you can usually get him for 1,200,000, but I think on this game it makes you bid 1,300,000, which may be a lot, but I would recommend him. I think he's really good. 19 years old. When you think about 19, imagine how many seasons you can have him for, how many seasons you can get his player growth. So with that in mind, 64 with that pace in a left back position would be brilliant for you. So my last one I would recommend to you is one that plays for Newcastle, ironically. Now, most people would think, why would I get him? But the player is Leon Best. Leon Best, he's one of them players. I mean, you like him or you hate him. You think he's a good striker, you don't think he's a good striker. But for my Newcastle career, he's done wonders for me. I think I sent him on loan, and that was only because I bought 2 new strikers in. But for this, I think it was the couple of friendly matches I had, plus the league matches I had, he was brilliant. I mean, 3.4, you probably get him for 4 million. I mean, stats aren't that amazing, but I would say he's a great striker, a great buy for league teams like Swansea, Blackburn, Newcastle, Sunderland, Everton, all these players, all these teams. It would be, I would recommend Leon Best. Most people would say I don't want him, but honestly, he'd be worth the money that you pay for him. You get a good couple of goals out of him, good couple of seasons out of him. So definitely recommend him. So there you have it. That's my quick, brief player introduction of who you should buy in career mode. Basically, I think these are players that you benefit most from. And I hope that there's some use to you in your career. So finally, it's just a brief. Please check out the channel NEDelta Gaming. And some of the guys that have channels on there, that could be there'll be a link below the video. And basically, just thank you for watching, and look forward to more videos soon.